Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. On this video tonight, there's quite a few things to negotiate about. So, according to recent reports, Manchester United have put 6 players up for sale to raise funds to help us, get the players that we want in the summer transfer window. Now, I think the 6 players we have put up for sale is Jesse Lingard. He's one of them. I think definitely Jesse Lingard will leave Manchester United in the summer transfer window because Jesse Lingard now can't even get in the team anyway. And like I've said in regards to Jesse Lingard before, reflecting on his status at the football club and reflecting on the number of years he's been with us, he should be, putting much more better performances out. Jesse Lingard has not registered 1 goal or 1 assist for Man United for over a year now. So that just indicates how inconsistent he is. I think Jesse Lingard has just got under a year left on his contract, but the club do have an option to extend it for a further year. Jesse Lingard has made around 131 appearances for Man United in the Premier League, I think, and scored around 17 goals. Also had a few loan spells. He had one with Leicester, Birmingham, Brighton and Derby. I think we would want around £25 million, if we are to offload Jesse Lingard. There was stories coming out recently saying that up to 4 clubs were interested in him. Another one of the players that are up for sale, and that is Alexis Sanchez. Now, I think Alexis Sanchez is facing a dilemma. Now, I've just been reading recent reports regarding Alexis Sanchez, and it does say that we may have to stick with Alexis Sanchez because Sanchez is refusing to take a pay cut, and reportedly it will cost the club around £50 million. Now, Inter Milan got Sanchez on a 10-month loan last summer. Obviously, there was no option to buy or no obligation to buy included in the deal. I think it did recently say, though, that Inter Milan have been in negotiations over possibly, getting Alexis Sanchez permanently. But we need to get rid of him permanently because if we could do that, it would free up our wage bill completely because Sanchez's wages at Manchester United are like 400 grand a week, potentially rising up to 500 grand a week based on the image rights and the bonuses. And despite the fact that Sanchez is on loan at Inter Milan, we're still paying the vast majority of his wages. We're still paying like we're still paying him 300 grand a week, and Inter Milan are paying like the other £100,000 a week. So we are paying the vast majority of his wages. Like I said, Sanchez did endure a difficult 18 months at Man United. We got him in January 2018 as part of a swap deal of Mkhitaryan going to Arsenal. And we thought Sanchez would have been an exceptional signing, but it turned out he wasn't an exceptional signing. He failed to rediscover the form of what he produced in his 3.5-4 years with Arsenal. He also failed to rediscover, what he did at Barcelona under Pep Guardiola's guidance when he was younger. I think Sanchez has got a contract with us until 2022. And I also think Sanchez has endured a very, very difficult time at Inter Milan. He was out with that dislocated ankle for a while. I think he was out for around 3 months with that dislocated ankle. There were stories coming out quite a few weeks ago saying that Sanchez is set to come back to Manchester United, but will only take him back on one condition, and that's if he's willing to accept a squad role. Because obviously, now Sanchez is not going to get in the team. So he's up for sale. Another one of the players that we've got up for sale, and that is Diego Dalot. Now, like I've said to you on my recent videos, I don't think Diego Dalot is good enough to represent Manchester United. And I think Diego Dalot has now been at the football club over a year and a half. Like I said, he's our backup right back to Wan-Bissaka. He's seldom played this season, due to the few injuries that he's had. He can also operate at left back, and Diego Dalot is also being operated as a right winger, but he's predominantly a right back. We did pay £19 million for Diego Dalot in Jose Mourinho's final transfer window. We did get him from Porto, and Diego Dalot's got a contract with us until 2023. We'd probably want more than the £19 million that we paid for him if we do sell him in the summer transfer window. Another one of the players that's up for sale, and that is Chris Smalling. As you all know, he's out on loan with Roma at the moment, is Chris Smalling. Paulo Finesca, the Roma boss, did reveal earlier on this season that Chris Smalling's very humble and he's very professional. And since Chris Smalling went on loan to Roma, he has done very, very well. I think we're going to get rid of Smalling permanently, because I was reading recent stories and it said that Roma are going to extend his loan. So they're going to pay like just under £3 million to extend his loan. Then there's going to be an obligation to buy included, and then I think Roma will have to pay like £13 million after the loan spell to get him permanently. But Smalling, was talking a while back saying that he has no regrets leaving Manchester United. Smalling did endure 9 years with the football club, so he was a very, very long-serving player. I think Smalling's still got a contract with us until 2022. So there you go. Another one of the players that is up for sale, and that is Phil Jones. We are looking to get rid of Phil Jones, because obviously, Phil Jones doesn't even get in the team, and Phil Jones has been a long-serving player at Manchester United. This has been now his 9th season at the football club. Don't forget, we got him under the Ferguson era. Didn't we pay around £17 million for him from Blackburn, Phil Jones? And I think, we've said that want around £15 million to get rid of him. We're also looking to get rid of Marcos Rojo on a permanent transfer, because he's out on loan at Estudiantes at the moment. So hopefully, we can get rid of him permanently. We did get Rojo in 2014, was it, from Sporting Lisbon? Didn't we pay around £16 million for him? Rojo did endure around, 5.5, 6 years with Manchester United. So yeah, so they're the 6 players, that we have put up for sale. So Solskjaer is planning a clear out. At Manchester United. But like I've said to Solskjaer's got rid of a lot of the deadwood anyway since he got recommended into the football club. We've seen a lot of players leave. We saw Ashley Young leave this year after he endured 8.5 years at Manchester United. He went to Inter Milan. We also saw Darmian leave the football club last summer permanently. We saw Herrera leave the football club last summer permanently. He went to PSG on a free. We saw Fellaini leave in January 2019. He was the first player to leave Manchester United under the Solskjaer era. We also saw Romelu Lukaku leave the football club last summer for Inter Milan. Like I said, we've got Dean Henderson, who's out on loan. Angel Gomez, was the recent player to leave Manchester United. I heard that Angel Gomez is going abroad and all of that. But like I said, we get rid of players in the summer transfer window. We are going to generate money and all of that. Like I said, Solskjaer, I think, is looking to make around 3 signings in the summer transfer window. And Solskjaer's already told Ed Woodward, the 3 positions where he wants to strengthen up in the team. And Solskjaer said, he wants to recommend the striker in. He also wants to recommend the right winger in. And he also wants to recommend a central defender in, because there's still areas in the squad, where we are lacking and all of that. One thing Solskjaer has confirmed regarding the summer transfer window is that he will avoid buying any rotten apples. Because he warned our players quite a few weeks ago, he will not tolerate any rotten apples in the squad. So this is, one thing that he has confirmed. Don't forget, before the resumption of the season, it had said that we'd taken around a £140 million loan, to help us get the right calibre players to the football club in the summer transfer window and all of that. In the summer transfer window. But I think, Champions League qualification is very, very important. Because if we get qualification for the Champions League, then obviously, we'll generate money that way. And, I still think, we can get qualification for the Champions League. Obviously, we've got 3 games remaining. We are sitting 4 points behind Chelsea at the moment. But top 4, is definitely, imperative for us. We do know now when the summer transfer window's opening. It's opening on the 27th of July. and I think it's open until when it opens. I think it's open until October and all of that. But the summer transfer window will be Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's fourth transfer window as Manchester United manager. And Solskjaer knows he's got the backing of Ed Woodward, and he's also got the backing of the Glazers. You know, Solskjaer did recently say that our plans for next season, our pre-season plans and our his transfer strategies up in the air because of the uncertainty of how the current campaign will finish. Solskjaer said a few weeks ago that he was unsure what he was going to get to spend because of the financial impact of the coronavirus pandemic. Don't forget, the coronavirus pandemic did cost us around £28 million. The other month, Ed Woodward had revealed our financial figures, and he said, our debt had risen up by almost £130 million, and I think our net debt is just over £429 million. So there you go. No. There you go and all of that. But I trust Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, to get us the players, that we do want in the summer transfer window, because like I said, so far Solskjaer's recommended 5 good players into the football club and spent just over £200 million. Last summer he recommended Daniel James and Wan-Bissaka and Harry Maguire in. And in January, he brought Bruno Fernandes and Odion Ighalo in, and, they have all done really, really well. And don't forget, earlier on in Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's managerial career, he did say that he wants to recruit young British talents to Manchester United, and 3 of the 5 players that he has recommended in so far are British. So let's just put that into the equation. Solskjaer has now been at Manchester United for 18 months, so he has been at the football club a year and a half, and he has been permanent Manchester United manager for around 15 months. Like I said, we are in a good vein of form at the moment. We are unbeaten in our last 18 games in all competitions. We are unbeaten in our last 10 league games. And this is our best vein of form since Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was the interim manager. I think next season our expectations will be to challenge for the Premier League title. Because, this has now been the 7th season we have failed to mount any kind of title challenge up. And, we haven't won the Premier League since 2013. So the last time we won it was in Alex Ferguson's last season and that. But like I've said before, I'm convinced that we can win a title under Solskjaer. And if we can do this, it will be our 21st title under Ole. 21st title in total, because at the moment we've won 20 titles. And 13 of them are Premier League. So as it stands at the moment, we are the most successful team in England. But we have got to spend money, to compete with the likes of Manchester City and Liverpool. I will make an admission regarding Chelsea. They've done very, very good business so far. Obviously, they got Hakim Ziyech in February. They got Timo Werner quite a few weeks ago. So they spent around £80 million on them 2 players, Chelsea. I heard as well that Chelsea are closing in on getting Kai Havertz. So, they are doing very, very good business. So possibly, Chelsea could be up there next season. They could be up there next season. But like I've said to you, I've taken positives from Solskjaer's tenure so far. Solskjaer's more or less given everybody their chances to express themselves, including the young players. And I think, Solskjaer has promoted the youth very, very well this season. He's promoted the youth very, very well this season. A lot of the young players, have been given their chances. Also, too, we've extended a lot of players' contracts since Solskjaer came into the football club. But we are still facing a dilemma regarding the contracts because we've got 8 players' contracts that are due to expire next year. And Solskjaer has got a decision to make on these 8 players. He's got a decision to make on these 8 players and all of that. And I definitely starting to believe that Solskjaer is the right man for Manchester United. Like I said, he does deserve at least another season at the football club because, like I said, he's still in the process of rebuilding. And like I said, the vast majority of these players are not Solskjaer's. He's inheriting players either from the Mourinho era. He's inheriting some players here from the Louis van Gaal era. Still Matty here from the Moyes era. There's still a few players here from the Ferguson era and that. The vast majority of these players are Jose Mourinho, so let's just put that into the equation. But like I said earlier on in the season, we was very, very inconsistent. And, earlier on in the season, we'd enjoyed our worst start to a Premier League season for 30 years. And, the results weren't going our way early on in the season. We had that 2-1 home loss to Palace. We had that 1-0 loss to Newcastle. We had that draw with Southampton. We had that 2-0 away defeat to West Ham. But all of a sudden now, things have turned around. United fans have got different perceptions on Pogba. Reflecting on this good run that we're on. Some United fans are now starting to believe Solskjaer's the right man. And on the other hand, some United fans have still got the same perception as what they had early on in the season. Some United fans still don't think he's the foreseeable future for Manchester United. But the good thing is as well, Solskjaer has gained more managerial experience, reflecting how long he's been with us, and he's learned quite a few things. Like I said, Man United is the third club in his managerial career. And I think Solskjaer's just got now, is it under 2 years left on his contract? Because when he got the job permanently in March last year, he signed a 3-year contract with the football club. But like I said, there wasn't only problems with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer earlier on in the season. Obviously, there's been problems at the club in general for several years. There's been problems with the club's ownership, the Glazers. There's been a lot of problems with Ed Woodward. The main explanations why we're being critical of him is reflecting on how poor our recruitment policy's been. We've been criticised for overpaying for players. Like I said, there's been a lot of problems with the club board. We've recruited over around 32, 33 players in since the Ferguson era, and a lot of them players we did recruit in, haven't been the right calibre players for Manchester United. But on the other hand, there's some players that we've brought in who made an impact and, who we should have kept. But look at the money we spent in the last 7 years. We spent close to the £1 billion range on players. We've also got players on big contracts at the football club. And, we have got a good team as it stands. It's good enough to definitely finish in the top 4, but it's not as yet good enough to win the league or challenge for the league. And this is why I've said, we do need to make signings. Like I said, it'd be good if we could win the FA Cup and the Europa League, or at least one of them, because we want to get some silverware on the board under Solskjaer. We are into the semi-finals of the FA Cup. We've got Chelsea. That's going to be a big, big game. We're more or less into the last 8 of the Europa League because we are 5-0 up against Lask from the first leg. But obviously, if we win the Europa League anyway, we wouldn't need top 4 because we win the Europa League, we get automatic qualification for the Champions League. We haven't won a trophy since 2017, and that's when we won the Europa League and the League Cup under Jose Mourinho. Last time we won the FA Cup was back under Louis van Gaal era, back in 2016. And we have won the FA Cup 12 times. So we're the second most successful team in FA Cup history, just behind Arsenal. Just behind Arsenal and all of that. Like I said, we've got Crystal Palace tomorrow night at Selhurst Park, 8:15 kick-off. I've already, given you my preview for the game. I gave you my preview yesterday. I've already given you my reaction to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's press conference. I give you my reaction to his press conference on my recent video. Obviously, I said some of the stuff that Solskjaer mentioned during his press conference. Obviously, he's provided us with some news regarding Brandon Williams and Luke Shaw. He's confirmed that Luke Shaw has got an ankle injury. I don't know how severe his ankle injury is, Luke Shaw's. He's also confirmed that Brandon Williams cut his eye because he did collide heads with Kyle Walker-Peters in the 2-2 draw with Southampton. But like I said, if Luke Shaw or Brandon Williams aren't going to be available for tomorrow night, then we'll probably have to put Diego Dalot at left back. I think the other injuries we've got is Phil Jones and Alex Tuanzebe. I think Phil Jones is now close to regaining fitness, but I heard that Tuanzebe could be out until September. Solskjaer also mentioned Marcus Rashford during the press conference. You know, he praised Marcus Rashford, you know, saying that he's proud of Rashford, and he said he's a fantastic human being and, you know, just overall a fantastic person. But, you know, he's been very, very happy with Marcus Rashford as Solskjaer, you know, and Rashford, you know, has now scored 2 goals for Man United, you know, since the resumption of the season. But like I said earlier on in the season, Marcus Rashford was a big miss for us because, don't forget, he was out with that back injury. And definitely, you know, Rashford is the foreseeable future for Man United. And I give you the breaking news regarding Rashford yesterday because there was stories coming out saying that PSG were interested in him, and Thomas Tuchel had identified Rashford as his number one priority target. But we value Marcus Rashford at around £100 million. But I don't see us selling him anyway. Also, too, Solskjaer had opted not to criticise Manchester City's 2-year ban from the Champions League being overturned because, as you all know, it did get overturned. Mourinho, that's come out and criticised it, but, you know, Solskjaer has decided not to criticise it. Of course, City did get fined 25 million in February for breaking financial fair play rules, but now that fine's been reduced from 25 million to just 8 million pounds. But from a City perspective, you know, they'll be delighted that their 2-year Champions League ban had got overturned by CES because City had appealed a while ago. And that. Don't forget, you know, Solskjaer believes our attacking philosophy is close to emulating great sides of the Alex Ferguson era. So he's very, very happy with our attacking line. He's Solskjaer, you know. Obviously, you know, during the press conference he was talking about Martial. You know, Martial now has 50 goals for Manchester United in the Premier League and 21 goals in all competitions this season. And I think he's done very, very well in that central role this season. He's looked very, very effective. But that's not his predominant position, you know. Martial predominantly plays out wide in that number 11. But I think, you know, we'll keep Martial in that central position. He was also asked about, you know, can Martial, you know, get another 50 goals quicker than, you know, the first 50 goals that he's got in the Premier League. There's actually, you know, been some news regarding Greenwood that I actually forgot to mention on my reaction to his press conference. Greenwood's got an injury, I think. Don't forget, you know, it was Romeo that had challenged, you know, Mason Greenwood in the 2-2 draw with Southampton, and Solskjaer was very infuriated about that, and he actually, you know, said that Romeo, you know, should have been sent off. Even if Greenwood's fit, there's still a possibility chance that we won't start him because I don't think he was too consistent against Southampton. But I still think Greenwood's a very, very good player and he is the foreseeable future for Manchester United. He's Greenwood, definitely. You know, he's got 16 goals in all competitions this season. But I think in total, between Greenwood, Rashford and Martial, they've scored around 57 goals between them. So that's obviously, you know, very, very impressive. But Solskjaer did say as well, the team is based on tomorrow night's game. You know, he said it's irrelevant for the game on Sunday against Chelsea in the Cup. I think Solskjaer is going to make some rotation in this game against Palace. I really, really do. Because in the last 5 league games, Solskjaer has gone with the exact same team. And that's the first time we've done that since February 1993. So that's now, 27 years ago. That's 27 years ago. Solskjaer was talking about Roy Hodgson, saying that he admires him, you know, because he's still managing at the age of 72, is Roy Hodgson. But if we do beat Crystal Palace tomorrow, we will extend our unbeaten run to 19 games in all competitions. 19 games in all competitions, you know. Obviously, you know, want to get one over Palace, you know, because Palace beat us in the reverse fixture. They beat us 2-1 at Old Trafford earlier on in the season. That ended a run of 22 top-flight games for Palace without a win against us. But I think, you know, this game will be totally contrast to the one at Old Trafford earlier on in the season. I think we are going to win this game tomorrow night because we can't afford any more slip-ups now. I was infuriated that we didn't beat Southampton, you know, because we missed out on the chance to go third. We conceded, late on, it was Obafemi that had scored, and, definitely, Victor Lindelof was accountable for that. But now we move on, and, we have got to win our 3 remaining games. The game against Leicester on the final day of the season, could actually decide who finishes in the top 4. Like I said, we should beat Palace anyway, because they've been in a bad vein of form recently. They've lost their last 5 league games. They've got some injuries as well. I think they've got Gary Cahill out, James Tompkins, Jeffrey Schlupp. They've also got Christian Benteke suspended. They've got some good players in the team. They've got Wilfried Zaha, who's very, very good for them. They've got Jordan Ayew that plays centrally. They've got Patrick Van Aanholt. He scored in the reverse fixture. But, we've got to win our 3 remaining games. But Solskjaer recently demanded maximum points anyway. After Palace in the league, it's West Ham, and then after West Ham, it is Leicester. Leicester's obviously, the hardest game that, we have got in the league. It is the hardest game that we have got in the league. But, yeah, so that's really everything to update you with. You already know the news regarding Jadon Sancho, don't you, from Borussia Dortmund. There's been stories coming out from Germany saying that, we will only meet Borussia Dortmund's asking price for Sancho if we get qualification for the Champions League. But if we don't get qualification for the Champions League, then I don't think, we're going to make a move for Jadon Sancho. Dortmund have said that they want around £109 million for him. Recent stories did say, though, that we was only willing to pay £50 million. Then there was also stories saying that we're only willing to pay £60 or £70 million for any player. But Jadon Sancho is our number 1 priority target. Grealish, he's another one of our priority targets. You already know the news regarding Thiago from Bayern Munich. I still believe he'll end up going to Liverpool. I don't think he'll come to Man United, but there's been reports from Bild today saying that, Thiago, he's close to coming to Man United. He's recently put his house up for sale. His brother, Thiago's brother, said that his move to Man United is on. And Liverpool now are reportedly going to put £18 million bidding for him. I think Bayern Munich do want in the £30-odd million range for Thiago. But would you take Thiago at Manchester United? Do let me know in the comments below. Bayern Munich are going to definitely sell him. He's got a year left on his current contract with Bayern Munich. So, yeah, so you already know the news regarding him. So that's really everything to update you with today, guys. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon.